Hey guys, it's Kim, Angel Dream Crafts, and I am here with my first project share for Craft Supplies for You for the month of November. And as you can see, I've made a fabric book, and I'm hoping the lighting is okay. It's extremely dark here today. It's November, and it's just dark and rainy and very gray outside, so I'm hoping that my little light is helpful to see my project. Um, I actually based this book on these ladies here in this image. These are Godey ladies, and they are from the Godey's Lady Book, which is a magazine that was printed during the 1800s, during the Victorian era. And my friend Olivia, hi Olivia, sort of got me interested in these ladies, and the magazine itself was very, very interesting. The lady who wrote, excuse me, Mary Had a Little Lamb, excuse me, was actually one of the editors. And they wrote a lot about women's issues, and not just fashion and things like that, but really about education. And they had a lot of interesting people put articles in there, including Edgar Allan Poe and Washington Irving. Really interesting. I did some research on it, and I just found it to be really fascinating. So that's what all these images are based on. They appeared in the magazine, and they were actually hand painted, apparently. So I just found that whole thing really fascinating, and I love the images, so that's what I based my book on. And I used tons of beautiful, luscious goodies from Craft Supplies for You, as you can see here. And I started off with a muslin base, and then I used some of the beautiful panel lace that Julie has in her store. And I'm out of this particular one, or I would show it to you. After I had sewed my base, I put the panel lace all the way around, and then I added this beautiful, gorgeous trim here with the leaves on it. I just love this trim. I'm not sure if she's got any more of that left, but definitely check it out. If she does have some, I would grab it. It's so beautiful. It's just absolutely amazing quality. I love it. And then after I put that down, I added this trim here, which I think is supposed to be the other way around with these dangles at the bottom, but I put them up that way, and I added these tiny little pearls here that Olivia sent me in my birthday box. It was a trim, and I just cut them and put them all over it just for lots of texture, and I love the way that looks. So I did that all the way around. And then coming back to the front, I added some flowers. I actually made this ribbon rose. I've been making my own ribbon roses lately, and that was one of them. And these flowers here are from Craft Supplies for You, as was this one, but she sold out of those, unfortunately. I made a little fan here out of some trim from KS4U. And I added a little ribbon flower and some other ribbon here just to make it look like a little fan. I love how that came out. There's bridal trim here from KS4U. And then here I added two little flowers. These are just little white cotton flowers. And you get a pack, I think, of 15 in Julie's store, and I love them. And then I added a couple of little ribbon roses. I'm not sure if the light is helping or not. Let's see. Actually, I think that might be better. Let me just check here and see. Yeah, that might be better. Okay, so that's what we'll go with. And then I added this beautiful flat trim, which I gathered. I love this trim. This is also new in Julie's store, and you can see here it's got the top stitching, but I'll show you when I flip the page over more in depth. I tied it with this lovely trim that I got from Debbie Vignola in our snippet swap. Hi, Debbie. So that's what I used for tie, and I also used it to go all the way around the image here. I added this little crown for my stash, and of course lots of beautiful dangles. This one I think she sold out of. That's the thing with these laces, they go so quickly. This leaf one is from my stash, and then this other crocheted one here, that one is from Craft Supplies for You. So that is basically the construction and the front and the back. So let me open it up and show you the inside. So we'll do this page first. This one here is a pocket page. As you can see here, it's a nice deep pocket, and I used a vintage, I wonder if this would be better like that. Let's try that. There we go. I used a vintage doily from my stash, and it was square, and then I just flipped the top part down here to make the pocket nice and deep. And I went around with that trim there from Craft Supplies for You, and then this trim as well, which is another one of my new favorites, is also from KS4U. I used this trim that Olivia sent me in my birthday happy mail, and then these little flowers here at the bottom are the beautiful flower trim from KS4U that I showed in my video, my DT box video, and I just added them to the bottom of that trim just for some fun detail. And then this one here is from KS4U. It's that lovely white scallop trim, and then you can see the other laces that were on the front there. I added some flat back hearts from my stash. This trim here that's going along the top of the pocket is from KS4U. And then this little item here is a metal piece, and I am going to be coming back and doing a tutorial for these. These are mixed media metal pieces that I've been creating, and I just love how they look on projects. So I added one of them there that I had made. This trim at the top is from Debbie from our snippet swap, and then this piece here and this piece here Olivia sent me for my birthday. So that's that. And then the first page, I really love this page, how it came out. I was super happy with it. It's got the beautiful image of the Godey ladies, and I put this flat lace in the background from KS4U, and it had an image of a rose on it, and unfortunately when you put that down first, it does end up getting covered up, so there's not much you can do about that. But I used a tiny trim here going around the image from KS4U. I added little cream colored clay flowers going around the image, and then at the top here I used this piece of trim from my swap with Debbie, and then this trim is from KS4U underneath it, and I added more doodad flowers there. And then this trim is also from KS4U. I love that one, as is this one here that I put along the edge. It's a beautiful little flower trim that you can see there. And then I added this piece, which was from Debbie, and a beautiful crochet flower from Helen Lockwood, and then the bling is from KS4U. And then at the bottom, I did something really fun. I added this beautiful trim, which is from KS4U, and then I put a little dangle from KS4U as well there. And then I took this lace trim that I had tea-dyed, which was from my stash, and I kind of ballooned it, I think it's called, because I was trying to mimic the way her dress was here, where it sort of scalloped. They call these balloon pleats, I believe. And there's a little bow there in between, so I was trying to create that on the bottom, and I ballooned it in that fashion. And then I added a beautiful little rosette from the rosette trim that Julie just got in her store, and a little piece of seam binding underneath it. And I really love how that turned out because it keeps its shape when you do that. So even though the book is closed, it still keeps its shape. So I really love how that came out, and it did mimic the bottom of her dress here. So I was super happy with that. And then we come to the middle section, and I've got two beautiful images here. They're mirror images of each other. More beautiful images of the Godey ladies. I used more of this beautiful white trim here, the scallop white trim from KS4U, right there. And then the dangle trim, which is new at Craft Supplies for You. And then this flower trim Maggie sent me for my birthday. Hi, Maggie. So I put that there. And then this is the gold trim that Olivia sent me. So I cut that and just added that to the bottom. And I added 3 here in the center. And then around the images, I used this beautiful applique, sorry. Clearly I need more coffee. I used this beautiful applique on either side of the photos. And I went around the edge with a tiny little, it's like a tulip trim that Julie just got in her store. It's a lovely little delicate trim. And then at the top, I used this beautiful scallop trim here. It's got leaves on it and these lovely little, they almost look like feathers though, and then it's got these lovely little circles, very Victorian looking. And then I used this white scallop trim, and I've added clay flowers on each of the points of where the flowers are that you can see there. And then I used these Battenberg flowers from KS4U, and I love, love, love these flowers. They're like a white Battenberg, and then they have just a lovely little creamy rolled flower in the center. It's absolutely beautiful. I love those. And then these flowers here that you see is from a larger trim that had all these flowers all over it, and she had it in white and ecru. I think she might be sold out of it. I'm not sure. But I cut the flowers out of it, and I just put them all around, and then I took some tiny cup chain trim and added a little piece of rhinestone in the center of each one. So it does have a bit of a sparkle, as you can see here. So that's on both pages as well. So there is those 2 pages. And you can see the dangles at the bottom. So I'm really pleased with how they came out. And again, I just love these images. Look at these dresses. They're just amazing. Totally amazing. I love them. And then the last 2 pages, I decided to do another mirror image set. I just felt that was right. So at the bottom, I've used this beautiful embroidered trim from KS4U. And then I used another embroidered trim that I pleated right there. And then this trim, actually, Olivia sent me, but Julie is going to be carrying this trim very shortly in her store. She's got it in stock. It's just not listed yet. And it is a beautiful chevron trim with some silk stitching on top, and I absolutely love it. This trim is also from Craft Supplies for You. It's got 3 flowers on it, and you can cut them into appliques. That's what I really loved about that. I used a small little crochet trim for my stash just to edge around the images. And then I've used 2 of the new appliques from KS4U going down each side. And then the piece that goes across the top here is the other part of the applique. So you have the piece that goes down the side here, and then you have another piece here that actually dangles off it, but I cut it and put it across the top. So I love how that came out. And of course I added my doodad flowers everywhere, and then these 2 little navy cameos and a glue string, because you just can't get away from those. And these 2 little navy cameos just to pick up on the navy blue that's in the 2 images. And of course I've used the little ribbon trim going down the center. I love this ribbon trim with the flowers on it. So I used that there in the center. And that is the end of my Godey Lady book. And there is the front again. And this is for sale. If anyone is interested, just contact me and let me know. But you can find all of these beautiful laces and trims and embellishments in the Craft Supplies for You store. So please check out the links below in my description box for KS4U, and do watch for when Julie is uploading the new stuff. And she does have coupons for the store. If you spend over $50, you get free shipping. And if you spend over $30, you get a 20% off. But you must use the coupons at the time of checkout. If you don't use the coupons, then she can't honor that, because you have to use the coupons for the checkout process. So that is all my info, and stay tuned for my next video, and I will be back soon. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thanks everybody for watching. Have a great day. Bye for now.